Okay, so I wanted to show you a free all-in-one homeschool curriculum. It is called Easy Peasy All-In-One-Homeschool, and you just type in all-in-one-homeschool.com. Okay, this is a completely free, completely full curriculum. You do not even have to create an account. In fact, there's no option to even create an account. So right now I am on the home page and it tells you about it. Okay, there are some frequently asked questions. You can select different levels, which are for grades. You can select individual courses, which are the subjects. All this long list here. Okay, then they also have some programs of study, like Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, and Year 4. And that is where certain kinds of subjects are, like history, Bible, and science. Oh, there I go again. Okay, so up here you have your home button. You have About and Donate, the Easy Peasy store. Now she is making some of these things available in a book format for basically only the printing cost. Here you have your levels, which are for your grades. You have Getting Ready 1, which is like the youngest, Getting Ready 2, then you have 1st grade, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then high school. Then you have your individual courses. So you have Program of Study, which is Year 1 through Year 4, and each year has a level, like the lower level for the younger kids and the middle level for the older kids. You have Art. Now under Art, you can study Ancient Art, Early American, Cultures, and Modern. And under Modern, you can also do like drawing professionally. Then you have Bible. Under Bible, you have Old Testament, New Testament, Poetry, and Prophets. You have a computer course, Foreign Language, which would be like 6th grade Spanish, 7th grade Spanish, and then Spanish 1. You have History. You have Ancient History, Early American, Geography, and Modern. Language Arts for all the levels. Math for levels 1 through 4 in the middle school. Music, you can study Ancient Music, Early American, Geography and Cultures, and Modern Music. Then you have PE and Health. Reading, so there's learning to read. Then there's Science. For science, you can study biology, zoology, earth science, and then physical and chemistry. And then there's also a thinking course as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'll pick 3rd grade here. And you can either do all of the subjects, you can pick a grade level, and it'll tell you each and every day what to do for each subject. So here's 3rd grade, and it tells you what you're going to need for 3rd grade, and here's a basic supply list. So day 1, and this is geared towards the student, so the parent doesn't have to do anything, but you will, need to keep track of grades in a book, and hours if you have to keep track of hours, and attendance if you have to, because there's no tracking on here. Okay, so for day 1, it's written to the student. It says, "Welcome to your first day of school. Following directions." And here's math. So it has it in order, like math. This is the first thing you need to do. Find the number. Well, the child clicks on the word number, and they have to do this game here. Can you find the 10 hidden bones on the 1 to 100 number square in less than a minute? Okay, so that's one thing. After they do that, they would go back, and then they do number 2. Go on a math journey. They click on this, and whatever game this is, they would do. Okay? And then they'd go back and they would watch the shape song, and they would click on that. Now remember, this is for 3rd grade. Okay, then they would move on to reading, and everything that's highlighted in blue is a hyperlink, so you click on it. So for reading, they would listen to the story of Paul Bunyan, and it tells them what to do. Click on the play button. You can read along if you like, and if they didn't want to do that, they could do this one instead. Now, the story of Paul Bunyan is a tall tale. What parts of the story are obviously made up? Okay, so it asks you some questions. We are going to be reading and writing poetry at first this year. When you write poems, you're going to write crazy, made up things, or you are going to write about real life. Well, it's asking them what they're going to write about. Then it gives them a poem to read, asks them some questions, another thing. Now, click on what year you are studying. So if they're doing the first year, then they would click on that, and that would take them to their Bible. And here's what they do for Bible for day 1. It would take them to their history. You can see they would click on these blue links. This is their history and some questions. Now here, after you read the history, it says, what is the difference between history and prehistory? And here's the answer. They can highlight it. Like if they don't know the answer, they can highlight it. It says history is recorded. Prehistory is the time from before we have books recording events. How do we know the first people did not communicate by grunting? Well, the answer is we can read about Adam and Eve living in the garden and speaking with God. So they would do their Bible, their history, and their science is right here. And they would do that. And then there's also music. Okay? And then this would be day 2 for the year 1. And instead of music, they would have art. Okay. So like I said, you would need some kind of form to keep up with their hours and their grades and also what day they are on. There is no way to bookmark the date. But if you go to, let me find it. If you go to frequently asked questions and also, or scope and sequence and then printables, one of those 2 links, if not both of them, will have some papers that other moms have made to use with Easy Peasy. And some mom has made a page to where you can keep track of what day they are on. Anyway, there's several different forms that people have used and have given to this lady to add here to help make it easier for others wanting to use this site. So the individual courses. So if I went to Language Arts, here's Language Arts 1. It talks about the course description, the reading list, a note to parents, and then day 1, here's spelling. Day 2, you're going to be doing writing and spelling. Day 3, spelling. Day 4, writing and spelling. Day 5, and so on. But this was the first grade level. So if I went to Language Arts and I went to 7th grade level, let's just see how much more there would be. There'd be writing, there's writing and spelling and grammar. You can see these are all days. Oh, looked like they had to, yeah, they were going to be writing a thesis. Okay. So, anyway, if you were interested, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about this, and so I just thought I would try to do a quick little thing over kind of showing you a little bit about it. We have used it off and on for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years maybe, but we've never used it as a full thing though. The way I use it is whenever I want something kind of interesting for art, or like whenever last year we studied, who was it? Yeah, my oldest had a chapter over Egyptians in her history, so I wanted her to make like a little art project over the Egyptians. So we went to the ancient art section, and down here somewhere, like there's cave paintings, which you can take a tour, and it's in France. It's like a virtual tour of a cave in France, and we done that, and that was pretty neat. But see, here's week 4, you'll be studying Egyptian art. So week 4 and week 5, so 2 weeks, there are some art things to do to study the Egyptian art. And then also for ancient China, like the lower level, they would do this one. The middle grades, they would do this one. Okay, then you have Mayans. So that's kind of how we used it, just off and on, kind of when we were looking for something special. Now, last school year, at the beginning of the school year, I did want to use this more steady. I wanted to use it for, let me think here. Let me go to 5th grade. I think it may have been 2nd grade. Okay, no, it was 5th grade. When my oldest was in 5th grade last year, we did not do a formal language arts program. We did not do a textbook or anything. We just used English Grammar 101. We done Mad Libs, just random things. But I wanted to actually do this. So we did do this for a few weeks, and I really liked it. So it actually kind of like focused on poems, I think. Well, writing for the 5th grade. So she done some poems. Now, I didn't have her do spelling because she had her own spelling curriculum. But we done all of the writing curriculum, and she learned about rhyme schemes. She learned about poems. Anyway, it was pretty neat. I was pleased with it. So, but she done it, and then my 2nd grader also done it too. But anyhow, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped if you were interested in Easy Peasy. So, thank you for watching.